guys, before I start this video, I want to just say thank you guys so much for your support. Please subscribe to my channel. The link should be down below. Don't forget to do that. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so I can keep posting these awesome videos. I also would like you to share my page for your friends to see. Tell a friend to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get my subscribers up there. I also would like you guys to know that I still have the t-shirts, the bracelets, and the anxiety cubes for sale. The links are going to be posted down below, so don't forget that. And here's your video. So today, the topic of this video is going to be depression. I'm just going to get right into it. Depression, also known as major depressive disorder or clinical depression. Major depressive disorder or clinical depression is a common but serious mood disorder. It causes severe symptoms that affect how you feel, think, and handle daily activities such as sleeping and eating. To be diagnosed with depression, the symptoms must be present for at least 2 weeks. Some forms of depression are slightly different, or they may develop under unique circumstances, such as persistent depressive disorder, also known as dysthymia. Excuse me if I pronounced that wrong, is a depressed mood that lasts for at least 2 years. A person diagnosed with persistent depressive disorder may have episodes of major depression along with periods of less severe symptoms, but symptoms must last for 2 years to be considered persistent. Psychotic depression occurs when a person has major depression plus some form of psychosis, such as having disturbing false fixed beliefs or hearing or seeing upsetting things that others cannot hear or see. The psychotic symptoms typically have a depressive theme, such as delusions of guilt, poverty, or illness. And then we have seasonal affective disorder. Seasonal affective disorder is characterized by the onset of depression during the winter months when there is less natural sunlight. This depression generally lifts during spring and summer. Winter depression, typically accompanied by social withdrawal, increased sleep, and weight gain, predictably returns every year in seasonal affective disorder. Bipolar disorder. Now, bipolar disorder is different from depression, but it's included in this list because someone with bipolar disorder experiences episodes of extremely low moods that meet the criteria for major depression. But a person with bipolar disorder also experiences extreme high euphoric or irritable moods called mania, or a less severe form called hypomania, which would make the difference between the bipolar disorder and the depression, because the bipolar disorder, you have the depression mixed with the mania. Depression, you just have singular depression. You don't have your manic moments. And honestly, this was new to me as well. The same way I felt when I did anxiety. I did not know that there were different forms of depression. I thought depression was just depression. You just have depression when you're depressed. But there are layers, there are different forms that go with depression. So that was a interesting fact for me. If you have been experiencing some of the following signs and symptoms most of the day, nearly every day for at least 2 weeks, you may be suffering from depression. I'm just going to go down this list here. You have persistent, sad, anxious, or empty mood, feelings of hopelessness or pessimism, irritability, feelings of guilt, worthlessness, or helplessness, loss of interest, of pleasure in hobbies and activities, decreased energy or fatigue, moving or talking more slowly, feeling restless or having trouble sitting still, difficulty concentrating, remembering, or making decisions, difficulty sleeping, early morning awakening, or oversleeping, appetite and or weight changes, thoughts of death or suicide attempts, aches and pains, headaches, cramps, or digestive problems without a clear physical cause and or that does not ease with treatment. What depression means to me is that depression is like seriously one of the hardest things that I deal with. It's not the hardest. It's definitely not as hard for like somebody like my husband, for example, or for myself to like make a joke and like lift my spirits or something. What makes it hard is that when I deal with depression, you gotta remember I also have bipolar disorder. So I deal with depression and I deal with psychosis. So I get depressed and I'm hearing voices. The voices are telling me to do things. And it's never a good thing that they're telling me to do. It's always something very bad or something that I shouldn't be doing or something that I normally wouldn't even think about doing. Like, literally, sometimes I have a thought and, like, I'll make a face at myself, like, why did I just think that? Like, but it don't be me thinking these things. It seriously be the mental illness. So that's really what the hardest part about it is, because I get so depressed sometimes to the point where, like, I physically cannot move. My mind will not let me tell my body to get up, not to get out of bed, not to go to the bathroom, not to eat, not to do nothing. Like, I didn't even know I could hold my urine for as long as I've held my urine due to this mental illness. And I'm so freaking serious, because on any normal day, when I gotta go, I gotta go. And if you know me, that's real, because I really, like, my bladder is like a freaking, like, tick or something. It gets full fast. Once it's full, it needs to be dumped fast. And if I don't dump it fast, I will literally pee on myself. Like, so when I get in these moods, and it's really funny to think, like, how your mind really controls your body, because when I think about the times when I get really depressed, I really get to the point to where my body, like, I don't have the issue of where, like, I have to rush to the bathroom anymore. It's more of an issue, like, I don't have to go to the bathroom anymore. Like, my body's not sending my body the signal to tell me, like, to go pee. I don't have any of that. Seriously. I lack all of this stuff. And that means I don't shower, I don't eat, I sleep. A lot of people get depressed and they get insomnia. I'm the opposite. I get very, like, I just want to sleep all the time. I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to look at you. I don't want to watch TV. I don't want to speak. I don't want to breathe. I just want to sleep. Literally, I just want to sleep. I want to sleep and not wake up. That's usually how it goes. You just want to sleep through the sadness. Like, seriously, you don't want to be awake because you're so sad when you're awake. You just want to sleep through the sadness. So that's how, when I get very depressed, I spend most of my days. My husband has literally had to lift me up, take me to the bathroom, wash me up, make me sit on the toilet, make me eat. He'll come and he'll literally put food in my mouth, and once it's in my mouth, I honestly have no choice but to chew it, unless I'm just gonna spit it out and make a mess everywhere. But yeah, no, I would. Even when I'm depressed, I don't like messes. I wouldn't just spit something out of my mouth. So seriously, once it's in my mouth, like, I'm gonna chew it and swallow it. He might know that. That might be why that's his go-to. Like, I'm not gonna make you eat. I'm just gonna put it in your mouth instead of, like, trying to give you a plate and trying to make you eat, because he knows I'm not going to. I'm just gonna stare at it. So he just puts it in my mouth for me. And that is how I get through the phases of my depression, because my husband helps me through it and my kids help me through it. Not so much my daughter, she's a little baby, but my son, he definitely does. He definitely can tell when I'm not okay. He gives me more hugs, more kisses. He'll come hang out with me. You know, it's just stuff like that. Just interact with me more so than he normally would do. Basically just making sure I'm okay. And I do appreciate that from him. And my husband, of course, I do appreciate everything that he does, making sure that I'm clean and I'm using the bathroom and I'm eating at all times. Even if I'm very depressed and I don't want to eat, he makes sure of it. So that is definitely what helps me through. And again, this is why I stress the support system, having that one person. Because if I didn't have my husband, what would I be doing right now? When I have these problems, I think about myself years ago, because I think about when I was 17, 18, 19, dealing with this stuff by myself, as opposed to now when I'm dealing with it, but I'm have somebody as my support system that I can tell, or that he can just see, like, yeah, she's off it today, and, you know, move accordingly. Just having somebody like that is very helpful, because if I was like 17, 18, 19, like I said, and I had a depressed moment like that where I didn't want to get out of bed, I would have lost a job. I would have missed school. I would have literally laid in bed. My baby wouldn't have eaten, none of that. Like, I'm so serious. It might sound a little crazy, but, like, this is the reality of this disease. Like, you get so depressed when you don't want to do nothing. Literally nothing. At least that's how I get. I can't speak for everybody's depression, because everybody's depression is not the same, but that's how my depression is. When my depression kicks in, I can't do nada at all. Nothing at all. And it's really real. I've lost jobs. I told you guys I've lost jobs because of this, and not just one job. This is multiple jobs. I've had so many jobs, and it's good jobs too. It's not even like I'm just losing like BS jobs. No, these are actually like good jobs, good paying jobs, jobs that I could have went somewhere in. Like if I would have grew in the company, I could, yeah. But my mental illness it hinders me from doing that because, like I said, I seriously get so low that I can't even take care of myself, let alone another person, let alone a job, or let alone like schoolwork. I don't know how I didn't flunk out of school. Actually, I'm chatting because I almost did. I really almost did. My junior year, it just so happened that in the middle of the school year, I like snapped out of it. Thank the good Lord. But my grades for the first half of my junior year were so bad. Like, the word I would use would be shitty. But I try not to curse on this. But that's really what they were. They were shitty grades. And I was upset by my grades because I'm actually one of those people that's like pro education. Like, you should be going to school, you should be getting your education, even if you believe it's not beneficial. Because personally, I don't believe it's beneficial. But hey, whatever. The world that we live in, you're not going anywhere unless you start your own business. You like do your own thing, start your own stuff, which is what I'm freaking doing right now, trying to at least. Or you go to school and you get that high school diploma, because you know what? Any job that means something, I'm not talking about like McDonald's or like a supermarket or anything like that. I'm talking about actual like jobs that you can make careers out of, that you can work this job for the rest of your life and you can be straight. The one requirement they're going to ask you for is a high school diploma, if not some college. Because some jobs don't require college, like no college degrees. You don't need a bachelor or associates, none of that, or a master's. You're cool as long as you have your high school diploma, or at least a GED. But I'm so serious, you at least need that, a high school diploma or GED, unless you plan on starting your own business or working for like a private contractor where they don't really care if you have that stuff. But be realistic. How many people in this world like seriously want to work those type of jobs that don't require you to have a high school diploma? They're usually the jobs that nobody wants to work because they're hard jobs. They're like labor bearing jobs, stuff that nobody wants to do, which is why they make the requirements so low, because the people that they have working for them are like felons and stuff like that, or people that didn't graduate high school. Like, they can't get any other job but this job. You feel me? So that's really how I feel about school. So I always made sure my grades were good, except for when I was depressed. Seriously, when I was depressed, my grades were dropping. I didn't want to go to school. I was begging my mom to homeschool me for like, I think I started asking her to homeschool me my junior year. I did my freshman year. I was cool. My sophomore year, I think I just said junior. I meant to say sophomore. I'm sorry. My sophomore year was the year when I was like, I don't want to go to school anymore. By the time I hit junior year, I was like begging her, like, Mom, please, like, please make me, like, let me go homeschool. But then she's like, oh, you're already a junior. You're going to graduate soon and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, whatever. Cool. Anyways, so I completed my junior year with miraculous grades, you know. But yeah, the beginning was very bad. So thankfully I was able to snap out of that. My grades from the third quarter and the fourth quarter boosted my GPA back up to what it should have been, thankfully. So that happened. And my senior year, I did end up graduating. I graduated with a 3.7 or something, 3.6 GPA, something like that. Every school that I applied to, I got in. Like, my grades were fine. I took the ACT, I took the SAT. My grades were good on that. Like, not my grades, my score was good on that, on those. So, like, I was really all set. And it's really crazy to think back now, like, wow, like, my depression really could have ruined, like, my career for me. Because the career that I need, like, I needed my grades to be up to par. I can't be applying to college to be a special education major and then minoring in psychology, and then I got a 2.0 GPA. They gonna look at me like I'm freaking crazy. But so that's the reasoning behind why I said what I said. Like, it's really crazy how depression like could have really ruined that for me. Like, and I didn't know this back then. I know it now, but back then I didn't know like that I was really doing this to my future. And I feel like that's something that people really don't understand, that these mental illnesses, there's things that happen often, probably almost every day, that we can't control and that will have a lasting effect on our future. And that's the issue. And that's why I'm trying to raise awareness, because people think the world is this perfect thing. It's just perfect. It's always perfect. It's always supposed to be perfect. And then you have the people like me that have issues, and it's like, oh, you don't fit into this world because you have this issue. You're not perfect. You just don't fit in here. Reality of it is, majority of this world is me, majority of this world is not perfect, and majority of this world does not fit in here, okay? Nobody is the same. Majority of us probably have a mental illness that we don't even know about. Think about how many people act certain ways and do things, and you're thinking like, oh my God, that person's crazy. But do you ever think about what made that person do what they just did? And the answer to that, I already know, is most likely no. Because how many people, including myself, when they see somebody do something that's out of the norm, thinks that, oh, this person has a mental disease, they should get help. Nobody freaking thinks that. Everybody always goes to, oh my God, that person's crazy, lock them up, why did they do that? Da, 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 da. No. That's why I'm so adamant about trying to raise awareness, because people seriously need to understand that mental illness is not something that you should be ashamed of, and it is something that if you have, you need to get help. Because if you don't get help, it's going to end bad for you. There's no good way that having a mental illness, such as bipolar disorder or psychosis or BPD, or depression, or anxiety, can end in a good way. There's no way it's gonna end in a good way. They're bad things to begin with. So with you getting help, or even you using self-help skills, or even you finding a friend that can talk you down, like seriously, all this stuff is important. But I'm not gonna keep ranting. I'm gonna end this video here. Feel free to message me. My Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat is going to be posted in the description, so do not hesitate. I just want you to know that you can message me. You can add my Facebook page. My email is on there. You can message me on Facebook, or you can message me via email. My Instagram, my email is also on there. You can message me via my email, or you can message me through the DM on Instagram. My Snapchat's public. You can add me, I'll add you back. But you can also message me as well. You don't have to wait for me to add you back to message me. My page is it's not set to private, so you don't have to be friends to message me. My Facebook is not set to private either, so I forgot to say that. You don't have to be my Facebook friend to message me, seriously. So just go on my page. You can like my page if you want to. Message me, shoot me a message. I'm pretty sure there's a button that says send a message there. At least it should be. If not, let me know. I'll fix that. But I tried to. I know Facebook gets wacky sometimes, but when I was setting up the page together, I did add a button that says send me a message, and so that should be there. Let me know if it's not. Other than that, I also have the t-shirts for sale still, $15. I have the bracelets. Those ranges in prices from about like $8 to $12. And then I have the anxiety cube. I think that's about $12. I forget the exact prices on these items, but please check those out. The links are also going to be in the description below. I'm trying to raise money, like I said, to get my business started. I need to get my name copyrighted. I need to get the LLC registered so I'm able to open a storefront. I can't open a storefront until I do that. Any support would be greatly appreciated for that. Please subscribe to my channel. Please tell a friend to share my channel, subscribe to my channel. I think that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys have a great day.